She's an actress, co-executive producer, director, and writer. We have Mindy Kaling on the phone. Girl, what don't you do?
I like that description of me. It makes me seem really busy and cool.
I try here, okay?
I love it. I'm a terrible dancer.
Yeah, and I think so many people don't realize that you do that much, and you weren't even just an actor on The Office. You produced, you directed. Do you miss all of that?
Do I miss all? No, I'm still kind of doing it on the new show, so I kind of took that with me.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you about that because that's your main focus right now, right? The Mindy Project.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Tell people who maybe don't know what the Mindy Project is, what it's all about.
It's kind of like we're trying to do a show that's like a Sex and the City, but kind of with like the same. Since I came from The Office, like with the comedy of like the show like The Office, kind of. So like workplace comedy with a little bit of like romance and dating and stuff.
And people want to know, where does this inspiration come from? Are you dating people in real life that you're getting this material?
Oh my God, no! I'm the super nerd comedy writer. And because of the show, I don't have like a ton of time to do a lot of dating, but it's like, just comes from like my imagination and stories from my friends and things like that.
But that wasn't the case with your New York Times bestseller, Is Everybody Hanging Out Without Me?
That is straight from my life. But that book isn't really like a book about dating and things like that. That's just like it's a book about like me growing up and comedy essays and stuff.
And also, when it comes to the Mindy Project, has this always just come naturally, this stuff to you? The funniness, the writing, all of it?
I don't remember being like a very funny kid or anything like that. I was pretty like silent. I didn't have like parents who were like, I wasn't like a child actor or anything like that. I was just like, like an awkward, studious kid who worked really hard. So yeah, no, I wasn't like a, little Broadway kid or anything like that.
So how did you make that transition?
I just worked super, super, super hard. And when I got out of college, I wrote a play that I performed in with my best friend, and like someone from The Office producer saw me in it and hired me to be on that show.
Well, you are a pure, solid example of how hard work pays off. It's so impressive just like looking at the resume here,
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And then on this episode that's airing tonight, Maria Menounos is making a cameo appearance. What was it like working with her?
Oh, my God, I love her. I just love her. I mean, she's someone who, it's weird, like you have people who are like your contemporaries, but she has her life so together, from like her workout to her perfect makeup to the amount, like the way she travels to like she's so poised and beautiful and her hair always looks perfect. Like I can't believe we're the same age because I think of her as like such a role model.
Oh, I can imagine.
But she's like, I'm totally in awe of her.
Who would be your dream person to just pop on for the season?
Oh man, there's so many people. I love Reese Witherspoon. I love Danny McBride. I mean, those are two people that I just can think of off the top of my head.
That is a public service announcement, Reese Witherspoon and Danny McBride. And this is actually a question that we have from a listener, Jacqueline. She wants to know, especially with this season, A, what we can expect, and B, will your character ever get together with Danny?
Man, I wish I could have an answer to the second one. A lot of people ask me that, and because it's just the first season of a show, it's like I love working with Chris Messina. We have so much fun together, and he was even asking me about that the other day. And right now, it's like we don't know where it's going to head. I honestly don't even know yet what's going to happen with the two of them. It's kind of just as much fun when we're fighting as when we're getting along. So, I'm not sure yet. I wish I had a better answer.
So is the script writing very like spur of the moment then?
It's like on The Office, we had like the Jim and Pam story. I mean, for those people who saw that, and what people remember it so distinctly. But then, like a given episode, it would only be like a couple lines in an episode. But because people were so invested in it, they thought of it as like almost the entire episode.
Right.
So the romance stuff is like. It's like actually between Danny and me is such a tiny part of every episode. So I feel like I want to do a similar formula. I don't want to like max everybody out on it too soon,
No, yeah, you got to keep them something to hang on to.
Right. I don't know. Have you all had like office relationships and crushes and they last like years? And that's how they I feel like that's kind of the nature of that kind of relationship.
Oh, yeah, I have. I think that's why, your projects and everything you touch do so well, because they are so relatable, which is why I think everyone just assumes, oh, this has got to be her real life stuff. This has got to be real life stuff, because you pull it off so well.
I wish. That character, like, I'm making out with like all these guys going on dates all the time. That would be awesome.
So you've never had an office get into trouble romance?
No, I've had office romance before, but I feel like this character like kind of embarrasses herself all the time, but she like goes out all the time too, which is kind of fun. I wear so many cute date outfits. That's probably the best part of my job is how many like great looks that some other like our costume designers putting together for me. It's like, whoa. I don't know. I'm not super coordinated. It takes me like an hour and a half to get ready to go out anywhere. So it's great to just have. That's like.
I feel you. Now the best question is, do you get to keep any of those outfits?
Man, not yet. Not yet. I'm hoping. I always used to hear stories about Sex and the City, where like hear about like Sarah Jessica Parker, she'd get to keep like whatever look. I used to salivate thinking about that, but I think that was she was like a super skinny person who like was probably like modeling the clothes too or something, but that has not been the case for me.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
But it's good enough just for me to have it on the show. That's kind of
well, I think you're going to keep them eventually. And lastly, a lot of people do want to know, you are so focused on the Mindy Project, but do you have other things going on in the works? I know you just did, the TV thing. You did a 5-year engagement. Are you going back to the big screen, maybe another book?
Yeah, I'm actually working on another book for Random House, the same people who published my first book. So, I mean, I didn't want to do one too soon after the next one because it's like, what more do you have to say since your book came out? But so much has happened since then. I have my own show. There's I've in my 30s now, so I've been writing that, and that'll probably come out in not for a long time, but I'm working on that now.
Very cool. Well, I am a big supporter and believer in the Mindy Project. It's awesome. Make sure you check it out tonight. It's on Fox at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Mindy, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much. This is so much fun.